Good morning, all. That was almost a late start. Maybe I think I missed it. 7:01. Hi. I am here. Yes. My computer boot crashed twice this morning. I thought for a moment I wasn't going to get it up. It wasn't going to boot, and I wasn't going to be able to stream this morning. Hello, everybody. I'm not in China yet. Not in China. No ad this time. Yes, I double checked and I'd made sure I turned monetization off. I'll turn it back on again when the stream's finished, so anyone that watches it afterwards gets to suffer with an ad. No, that's not nice. Anyway, that's not what I meant. Quick, erase, edit, back to start. Wow, lots of people here this morning. Hang on, I'm just going to scroll backwards because I've missed everyone. I'll say hi to everyone. So, hello, David. Wow, I haven't seen David here for ages. Michael, Daniel, Andy, Gregor. Azzy's here. Mr. Andy Calloway. David Hertz. Colin, hello. Exodel, or however you spell it. Apologies. Crazy Roops. Dylan Buckley. Michael. Hey, Stephen Dan. Hello, Rob. Woodworker is here. Good morning. And Des, hello. Hi, everyone. It is a very cold Melbourne morning this morning. Keenax DJ. Hello. That's and Julian Meyerhofer. Good morning to you both. I think you're both new, and ESP32DE. Hello. I'm seeing some new faces this morning, which is awesome. Hello. Love new faces. Love old faces. Well, there's no faces, really. Oh, there's a few faces. They're tiny little pictures. I can't even see them. Hello, Sebastian. Hello, Maxine to R&D. Wow. What a great turnout. How exciting. It's going to wait a couple more minutes. This has been a drama, hasn't it? Oh, whoa. I'm going to nail it today, though. I'm going to nail it. G'day, Mike. Neffers is here. Sort of old face checking in, dude. Checking in's cool. Staying for the chat's also cool. I see you're not going to dead bug this time. Dead bug meaning wire wrap it directly. Is that what we're talking? Is that what you mean? Did you call things this here? You need to switch the light. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think that it's the same chat. It won't change. There's not enough people on the chat for it to make it to change. But thank you very much. Did you intentionally take off that pin off the badge? Yes, I did intentionally take it off. There was it was a short to ground that it was a last minute change on the badge before I manufactured it. And I made a whole bunch of them. And they all had that problem. So by taking that pin off, it didn't short to ground. It just left it floating, which was fine. But I didn't expect David was going to replace the switch. That was pretty funny. And also, I mean, because David's one was the very first badge I sent out, for real. Like, it was, he got badge number 1. And I think after about the 10th badge I sent out, I started sending extra LEDs as well. Because I had a few people ping me on Twitter that they'd lost an LED. Dead bugging's cool, and yeah, I'm going to... Cool, I'm glad you're going to stick around. What do you mean? What's dead bug? I don't know what dead bug is. I've never heard the term dead bug before. I'm happy for someone to, How come there was a single pink LED? What? They were all pink LEDs. Daniel Coates, my sister, has left something at my local... Oh, no way. Can't she go back and get it? Nah, it's okay. If you gotta go, you gotta go. Is it me? Is the chat webcam vertically stretched? Oh, it is vertically stretched. I haven't resized it. Sorry, had some problems this morning with the, let me fix this, sorry. Yep. There we go. It's a bit better. Maybe a bit more. There's a fly in here. You know, a fly buzzing around my head all day. Hang on, I just missed a whole bunch of chat. Is that better with the stretched chat? Sorry about that. So yeah, for those that just missed it, my machine rebooted itself twice this morning. At one point I thought there was going to be no stream this morning, so I had to quickly rush to get everything together for the stream. Hello Tim. It was a video. It was a fun video as always. Yeah, David does a lot of goof ups, but so do I. Let's face it, my streams are always goof ups. Hardwired ICs. Ah, okay, right. Yeah, I'm not going to hardwire the IC again on this one. And I'll explain why when I start. Upturned IC and wired off the legs. You mean like what I tried to do here? Kind of, but I mean that was obviously longer because I had to twist them around. Ready order a logic analyzer. I did already order a logic analyzer. I've ordered a logic analyzer. I got one of these. Hang on. Let me bring it up. I'll show you what I got. Oh, interesting. There we go. I'll, just bear with me a second. I'm missing some chat. I'll get there. Let me just, So I got myself a DS Logic Plus. Hang on, what have I missed on chat? I thought Expressive didn't sell their PSRAM. They don't yet. They will be. Hello, Lego Scratch. The chat is debug chip leg showing up there. Good evening. Hello, Leo. The hoop. Hello. Saley. No, I didn't get a Saley. Sorry. Oh, I can't afford a Saley. Hello, Death Shaker. Woohoo! What's that link, Andy? Which one? I got a cheap Saley clone, still quite useful. So I got myself the DS Logic Plus, which is, you know, not the most expensive. It's not cheap either. It was $180 US shipped to me. Oh, example of dead bug. Thanks, Andy. Hi, Alex. Hello, the tiny LED matrix. So I got myself this for a couple of reasons. It's 16 channel. It's 400 megahertz, but obviously it can't do 400 megahertz to 16 channel. That's fine. But it can do 8 channel at 100 megahertz, which is great because that's, was it 8 or 6 channels? Either way. Because I'm running at 40 megahertz, that's fine. I need double the headroom. So 100 is fine for this. And generally, if I'm going to use this for, like, this is not going to come in time to help me with my my PSRAM, because let's face it, I'm going to nail it today. I am determined that I'm going to have PSRAM, let me just switch back. I'm determined I'm going to have PSRAM working on this today before I leave for China on Friday. I'm going to China on Friday, and I do not want to spend 10 days in China stressed that I haven't fixed the RAM problem. Hang on, I missed a whole bunch of stuff. The clone was only $8. The clone of this. Yeah, I'm not buying... Sorry, I'm not buying a clone. I don't... yeah, no. I don't want to have to fight the tools that I'm using, right? It's hard enough to... like, that I have to fight the projects I'm working on. But if I have to fight the project and the tool, and I'm not sure where the mistake is, whether it's the tool or the project, I just don't want to do that. Hello. Hello, Roger. Have I missed anyone else that's popped in since? Wow. Flying doctor in the background. What? I just missed a whole... I've missed some chat. If there's anything I've missed, please ping my name and ask me again. Because, sorry, the chat's gone past pretty fast this morning, which is crazy. Hello, Taro. I've got the old Pro. Yeah, the Pro was good. And I think the Plus is on, I think, their 3rd revision. I'm looking forward to getting it, but as I said, it's not going to get to me in time for this. But having a logic analyzer is something I've always wanted, and there's been a few times I wouldn't mind it checking the SPI bus on something I was working on and haven't been able to really. So I've been playing with my scope, and I managed to get decoding of I2C working on my scope just, but I can't get SPI working on it, and I don't know why. I think when I'm back from China, I'm going to have to take my scope maybe to a hackerspace somewhere and get someone to really teach me how to use it properly, because I feel like I'm still fumbling with it, which is really frustrating. Nothing worse than having a tool that you don't know how to use properly. Long stream today then, Rob. No, I don't know. Well, it might be a long stream. It might be a quick stream. I might just nail it first time. Who knows? It's me. It could be anything, right? Nice confidence. What, about me nailing it today? I have to. I've honestly been working on this for 2 weeks. I mean, on and off, but for 2 weeks. Like, I had to learn how to use MicroPython, how to build MicroPython, how to work with the IDF from scratch, how to... I've been, living in the IDF code, trying to learn how to get this PSRAM kind of working. So, a clone Sailor is exactly the same as the original Sailor. They're both reference designs, the original Sailor anyways. Cool. Where did you get the chips? I can't seem to find them. I got my chips from LCSC. My other RAM hasn't turned up, by the way. They haven't even shipped it yet, my Electro Dragon RAM that I ordered, that I paid $35 DHL to get it delivered to me for this week. They haven't even shipped them. I'm really, really annoyed, and I might cancel it. I don't know. We'll see. If I get this working, I might cancel it. What else I missed? Wow, so much chat this morning. That's exciting. I love it. Streams are always 3 hours. Might not be a 3-hour stream today. Watch it work or light it on fire. Hello, Michael. I don't want to light it on fire. This is... Okay, so the reason I don't want a dead bug, if that's what it's called, on this, directly to this is the only one I've got. It's the only... Why is the... It feels like the... My focus is out. Or very short range of focus. I don't know why. This is the only Pico kit board I've got. And as I mentioned in my other video, my little rant video... all the other boards I've got don't have all the pins I need broken out. Is that out of focus again? There's something... It could be the light. Why is my picture not focused? It's focused now? Is that focused? Okay. What's your strategy to test this PRAM? Have you... Okay, hell, we'll get there. Wait, hang on, I was going to say, yeah, this is the only board I've got. I'm sure I can get another Pico kit, but it's going to take some time. Every other board I've got doesn't have all the pins I need, so I don't want to hand solder directly to the pins on this right now. I think I'm still going to do it against everyone's better judgment using DuPont cables, but I've got a plan. No, it's not your eyes. It was definitely... Every time I set the focus, I looked back and it was out of focus. Hang on. What did I learn on the fly now? LCSC is great, but you don't have good shipping choices unless you ship it with PCBs. So their shipping is not cheap because it's a legitimate company. Like it's not like buying through Ali. They only ship through like your parts are great, and there are no clones there at all, and they do a full range of Asian products as well as Western products. But shipping is expensive, so try to ship it with PCBs if you can. You bought a Zoibai coffee cup heater. Thanks, Michael. In honor of my cold coffee. What's your strategy to test this PRAM? Well, I've got both IDF and I've got IDF versions of PSRAM enabled, and I've got MicroPython versions of PSRAM that have test code in there that if the PSRAM works, it should literally go in and it should show me it's working. And if not, it'll show me I'm getting read-write errors, or it'll just say it can't find it, not initialized. If it can't find it, it's a wiring issue. If it does find it and there's read-write errors, it's the RAM still. And if it can find it and if it can pass the test, then I know I've nailed it. And that's pretty much it, because as I said, I can't decode this on my scope. I've tried. And I don't have my logic analyzer yet. So it's going to be an interesting thing. The antenna light reflection. Yeah, I've locked the focus now, so hopefully that'll stay there for the moment. Mike, I thought it was the wine. Thanks, Mike. Coffee, yes. I can always count on Mike to scream, coffee! Okay. It's 1:15. Shall we start? Shall we do this? Tell us what this PSRAM will be useful for. Yes, I can. So, not just for MicroPython, but specifically for MicroPython, So on a normal ESP32, not a Rover, because they've got extra RAM, but like on a normal Room 32, once MicroPython's installed, you've only got about 100k left of memory. Because obviously MicroPython sits on top of the IDF, and it's interpreted, it's bytecode interpreted, so it's like not, it's still a VM of sorts, but it's at the bytecode level, but it still requires extra memory and extra headroom. So people who work with MicroPython obviously run out of memory quite quickly. And just in general though, like it's a really good place to be able to store heaps of stuff. Like if you want to store frame buffers on your chip, like so you can write really fast to TFT screens and things like that, rather than doing it bit banging a bit at a time. Or storing WAV files, for instance, you know, would have been a great place for me to be able to upload and store the WAV files from my last project. Those 4 clips that I put in, the reason I only had 4 buttons on my soundboard is that was it. I couldn't fit any more in memory. So the PSRAM is just extra memory. It's like having extra flash, but it's not flash memory, it's SPI memory. So it's still pretty fast because the way the ESP uses it, it allocates it to heap and it caches it, and so it's almost as fast as the internal RAM. This could be my longest stream yet if I need to solve it before China. Well, I've got till Friday morning, so buckle in, folks. It could be the longest stream ever. The scope did it. Well, it was showing. My scope always shows noise, and I understand that there's cable length and there's ringing and there's attenuation from stuff around and everything else. But I had a lot of trouble triggering. I even had a lot of trouble triggering just the I2C stuff, and either I totally do not understand how triggering works, which is possible, but I got it working sometimes, or there's just something bizarre going on with my scope. I don't know what it is. So I've actually had very little success using my scope on my projects when I've needed it. Other than just doing things like checking power, which to me still looks pretty noisy. So interestingly, I upgraded the firmware on my scope the other day through frustration because I couldn't get SPI decoding at all. And I found some much newer firmware and I put it on, and if I just turn it on now and just have my my probe just in my hand, the level of noise on the screen is a quarter of what the noise was before I updated my firmware. I don't know what's going on with my scope. Anyway, very frustrating. If it is directly addressable, or do you have to swap banks? No, it's directly. Well, you don't even really address it. You can. I'll show you some stuff. I'll show you. Let's. What do you want to do? Do you want me to try to get RAM working first? Do we start doing a build, or do you want me to show you some of the build process in code and show you the configuration? How do we want to do this? I'm happy for other people to. Anybody else seeing on a Fire TV? Nicholas, you should set your Fire TV on fire. Sorry. Oh, Andy Mouse. No, I'm not showing you code. We're not going into the code, Andy Mouse. That's. I'm not going to show you all the MicroPython code and stuff. Hardware, no code. But more the build process. Hello, Andy23. Another new face, I think. Woohoo! Build. Okay, why don't we start with seeing if I can even get this working? I think that might be a good start. I think I'm a bit nervous right now. Like, I've done this quite a lot of times, right? Like, I've gone through a lot of RAM. This is my second strip of RAM I'm going through. Plus, I got 4 from somewhere else. Like, they're $1 an IC, so they're not the most expensive IC in the world, but I've spent quite a bit of money on this. Well, technically, it's persistent memory, but it's not. Like, when you, depending on how it's used, it's bizarre. Like, someone was trying to explain it to me the other day on how it works. It is persistent memory, but it's not like an EEPROM memory. Someone on here that's smarter than me might be able to explain how it all works. Interesting how the ESP handles the PSRAM power up initialization requirements. Okay, well you should go grab the IDF digital things, the latest master branch, and have a look at the SPI_PSRAM.C file, and that'll show you. I can go through some stuff later. So no power, no luck. Who? No power? Where? What? Yeah, you'd have to... It's beyond my pay grade, Leo. As I said, someone tried explaining to me how it works. Technically, it's persistent memory, but it depends on how you initialize it when it boots to whether it zaps it or not. Hello, Marcos. Unexpected Mexican electronic engineer. I gotta say, electronic engineers in Mexico, that does sound quite unexpected. A video, I now want to buy some PSRAM and have a play. Cool, well hopefully I can solve this today. I'm going to, we should start. So I'll tell you what my plan is. And look, you know what? You're all going to be horrified. I know you're going to be horrified. The camera position, by the way, is really bad for me. I'm just letting you know. Like, I have to work this far away from me. But anyway, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to use DuPont cables. I am, but not full length. I'm going to cut them shorter. But I'm going to test them first before I do that. There's a part. I'd like to know the what, the why, the when, and the how. Okay, I'm gonna. I'm not going to leave anything to chance. I'm going to test these cables before I use them. I'm sorry if I miss any chat. Can everyone hear that? Hope everyone can hear that. So I'm going to test them before I cut them. This is going to be boring. One good one. If this RAM is cool. Yes. You know what? There's so many different RAM types that I didn't know about. There's FRAM, and then there's RRAM, and then there's all different. Yeah, it's really cool. Microchip make a whole stack of different memory, and they do a lot of videos actually on. I'll do one at a time. Probably should have kept them together so I can cut them the same length. Okay, I'll keep these together so I can cut them the same length. Coffee, yeah, I want to test these first. Oh. Okay, yellow is good. So I want to get this out of the way. I could have pre-tested these, but I want to do all this live. I'm a real sucker, I gotta tell you. One more. Okay, all the cables are good. I did actually have a bad cable the other day. So, I want to make sure. Coffee. What did I miss? No, the dislike wasn't myself. I've still got people who dislike every one of my videos just because they think it's funny. That's okay. They do count, but they also do hinder you. Like they do have a negative effect on how YouTube virally share your stuff. So yeah, it's still engagement, but it's not good engagement. But I can't do anything about it. There are some people that just think it's hilarious to I should zoom out. Let me zoom out for a bit, just so everyone can kind of see what I'm doing. What I'm going to do is, my plan is I'm going to use this end still, the female end, so I can put it inside the pin so I can play around. And I'm going to cut it short, and I'm going to strip them, and I'm going to solder these directly to one of these boards. Why have you got two accounts? That's weird. So I'm going to cut these in half, I think. And then strip them. This is going to take a while. Bit less than half. I should actually just use cutters. Wow, that was a bit silly. Don't know why I went to the scissors. Whoop! Here we go. Okay. I hope they're going to be long enough, because I need to twist them around a lot. No wire cutters. Yeah, I don't know why I grabbed my scissors. I'm a bit nervous. Seriously. Hang on. I can't explain to you how stupid I feel doing this on a stream right now. Like, I've had no success. No success with PSRAM, but I'm determined. Okay, so... I'm going to do this just... I don't want to have bits of rubber everywhere, of sleeve everywhere, so I'm just going to do this over here. Onto my floor. Okay? Just so I can... I'll clean it later. Set up one on my phone and one on my laptop. Cool. That's, okay. Hello, Matt. It is bold. Matt is here, everybody. Everyone can, no, I was going to say everyone can blame Matt for my last 2 weeks of stress, but it's not Matt's fault at all. Matt just knows the right way of coercing me to try something, and he knows that once I start, I'm like a Rottweiler. I just won't let go until it's done. I chose to fall for ages at the weekend, turned out to be a dead DuPont cable. Yeah, DuPont cables are pretty unreliable. They absolutely are. And then also these ends just break off all the time. It's very annoying. Blame Matt. Hashtag blame Matt. No, we don't blame Matt. Matt's a good guy. He's, yeah. I've definitely pushed myself way out of my, my comfort zone with this. I mean, yeah. I was speaking to Matt yesterday and, you know, we thought RF was going to be a problem. But this is... PSRAM has, you know, proven to be the bane of my existence so far. Okay, I think I've stripped them all. So, I need one of these boards, just the one. Now what I might do is solder them up first. Before I'll put the RAM on last, just in case I make a mess. Because as much as I don't mind wasting RAM, I really don't like wasting RAM. Does that make sense? I'll do it that way. Everyone gets to see. This is not going to be neat. I'm just warning everyone now. I'm not going today for world's best soldering technique, okay? Is everyone clear? Yeah, I'm going to test it with a flat battery. Mr. Watts. Mr. Watts isn't here today, I don't think. Or if he is, he's lurking. Have I missed anything in the chat? So what's the next big thing? You're asking me what the next big thing is? I haven't even got RAM working. How about we start with RAM, Leo? We'll talk about the next big thing after RAM works. David did a great job with the badge, I have to say. I thought it was going to be... Giuliano? Is that how we pronounce it? If it is, welcome. Hello. I think he did a great job on the badge. Really good. Now, to let everyone know what I've done, before I start, here's my RAM chip. Okay, VCC and ground, didn't have to mark those inside. So that's just, everyone might remember this. This is my Liontech sheet. And so they're the different, there's three different sets of pins mappings. They're the three on each one. So, yeah, this is the pin order number in the data sheet. Not the IO number, but the pin number. Like 30, 31, 27, 32. And then this is what they are on the data sheet. Right, like SD command, but on the Pico kit it's FSD2 and then it's IO11. Right? Upside down page. What? And where did my focus just go? I think my camera's playing up, folks. I apologise if it keeps going out of focus. There's definitely something going on with my camera today. Ugh. So, yeah, it's like... So there's three different pin mappings. Which is just frustrating. Like, it's an unnecessary amount of extra messing with the mind. So this is my plan. This is how I'm going to wire it, okay? I'm just letting everyone know. So top here, VCC, and bottom left is ground. What's upside down? Is anyone's... Who's seeing something upside down? Get one of those manual focus things. Well, I shouldn't have to. My focus is normally fine. This focus isn't, but my camera focus is normally fine. Okay, so now, and for those that... See, it's supposed to autofocus. It's giving me the irrits. Now, if you might remember from my... I think I just said it in my other video, the IC on this is rotated 90 degrees. So, pin 1 is here on the IC, which is up here, the square pin on here. So everything's 90 degrees, which is a bit annoying. There's text on the paper, schedule opening times. Oh, that, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, but my writing was the right way around, right? Okay, good. So, that means that... So if you see me looking to the side, I'm just looking at the piece of paper. Okay. So what I'm going to do is... I think I'm going to wire it from the bottom. Because the RAM's going to... The plug's going to sit this way into the board. And then that's going to sit on top this way. I know it's out of focus here, sorry. Got to run to work. Okay, cool. Bye, Matt. Hopefully there'll be some good news for you when you get back online. Okay, I'm going to just start by putting... Hope I got these the right way. Ground, and I'm going to try to at least keep black and red for the ground. And power. Okay, I was going to start with these. Hey Josh. Hey Jonathan. Okay, here we go. Dun 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 dun. Where's my solder? This is the start of the end. Yeah, solder the IC first. No, I'm not soldering the IC first. Absolutely not. Because if I mess this up, I don't want to waste another IC. And I don't want to be hot airing it on and off. I don't want to introduce anything into the process that would make me doubt the IC in any way. So I'm going to put the IC on last. And they're easy to put on. You'll see. Trust me, I'm a professional. Okay, anyway. Do I have any blue tack? Probably not. Okay, whatever. Yeah, sorry, XL. Yeah, I don't want. Definitely don't want to put them on first. If I'm going to mess this, I want to mess up. Like I'd rather go through. I've got stacks of these adapter boards. I'd rather waste DuPont cables and adapter boards than waste ICs. I'm going to solder it from both sides just to make sure it's on strong. I really can't see what I'm doing in this light. I might need to move my light, but it's going to make a hot spot. And by the way, if I do melt plastic, I don't care. Your choice. Trust you completely. Yeah. Trust me. Yeah, no. Cool. Okay. This light might be good for you guys, but... Hang on, let me see if I can make my camera lighter so I can move. No, it's as light as you're going to go. That's okay. Did you say you were an expert? I'm an expert at breaking stuff, yes. Don't use Paramoto. It uses QPI. No, it uses QPI. The RAM can use either. The RAM can work in SPI mode or QPI mode, but the IDF uses it in QPI, which means I need all 4 data pins. Okay, it doesn't really matter what order I do these colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, I do have enough. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to put them in, solder them up, and worry about it afterwards. I'm the unexpert. You just stick "un" in front of everything that I do, okay? I'm the unseon. I'll just do a couple at a time. If I'm off camera at all or something, I apologise. SP needs to handle power up and installation as well as the switch to QPO mode sequence. It needs to handle everything. And it needs to be I mean, there's obviously a lot of SPI RAM out there, right, on the market. There's stacks. I mean, you know, unfortunately, the Winbond stuff isn't compatible, I don't think, because that's the cheapest SPI RAM, and you can get QPI. But it's got to be very specific RAM to be able to work and initialize properly. Because, like, one of my aims with this is I want it to be fully compatible with, you know, with the IDF and with just MicroPython and stuff in general, right? I don't want to, like, we're gonna be building, Matt and I are gonna be building a custom firmware, a custom MicroPython firmware for the Pico, although it'll work perfectly fine with the normal firmware. But like, we're gonna build a custom one so we can, you know, have it automatically use the dot star and stuff like that when it boots up. You know, like when you plug it in, it'll initialize and make the dot star flash different colors, like the Trinket does. The Adafruit Trinket. So, but we still want it to be able to work with any MicroPython firmware and anything else. So it's important that we make this as compatible as possible, which means I can't just go and hack. I can't try to solve this problem by hacking the IDF. Right? That's the thing, right? So, like, a few people were asking me in my video about, you know, have I been playing with the timings and stuff? I can't. Like, it's got to work or it's not going to work. What have I missed? Wow. Unexpected breaker. Oh, that's not unexpected. Let's test if the stream will run on mobile data in the subway. Good luck. Good luck, Alex. There's got to be a drop more coffee. Thanks, Mike. Blue and brown wires. The blue and brown touching the soldered. Oh, these two here? No, they're not. But I'll clean them up. I'll clean everything up. I'm gonna go back on this side and touch up all the sides as well. I'm gonna check it. Yeah, they're close, but they're not touching. But yes, I will. I'll check everything before I put the IC on. Don't worry. Ooh, IC on. How funny is that? Dirty, dirty iron tip. Yeah, they're not touching, but you're right, they're very close. It's easily fixed. No, it's a tiny bit long. Okay, they are good. They're good now. They weren't touching, but yes, they were extremely close. Okay, I just want to touch up the back to give them a bit more strength. Last thing I want to do is start twisting them, because they have to be twisted around, because they're, of course, nothing lines up in this at all. Okay, good. Thinking capacitance at high frequencies. IC on? What? What have I missed now? Now, this pin here, the orange one, focus. The orange pin is the chip select. They call it CE, I don't know why CE. Oh, IC on, yes. Why not header pins and a breadboard, or is that just another bloody breadboard? Yeah, a breadboard, way too much, yeah, capacitance and resistance in a breadboard. So, this is what I was using, for those that missed it. And a few people thought this was a breadboard. It says breadboard on it, but it's actually a proto board. I think it's just the fact that it was white and it says breadboard gave a few people the shakes, but I wasn't using a breadboard. But even the cable length is too long, it seems. C is chip enable, sure. That's the same as CS, I guess. It's interchangeable. It's called CS on the Pico side and on the ESP side. And yeah, and CE, that's cool. Just like I keep calling it the same thing on each one. It's the non-breadboard. These are one of the Adafruit ones. They're actually really nice proto boards, I gotta say. Really, really nice. Okay, so I need, yeah, so the CE needs to be pulled up. So I need to stick a 10K resistor across here. But I'll look at doing that after I get the chip on. So let's put a chip on. There we go. I just ordered a whole bunch of new ones, by the way, so I'm not going to run out of these as well, the Line Tech, as well as those other ones if they ever turn up. Okay, so it goes on like this. So I need to solder a pad first. This is going to be fun because I really have a microphone. Can everyone see in this picture? Yeah? I've got a microphone right in my head. Okay, so why did I put my solder away? I'm going to start with one. Oops. I'm going to get as close to me as possible. Test all the DuPonts first. What? You want me to test them all? Okay. Let's test them all. I tested them before, but let's test the soldering. There's no cold joints. Let's eliminate any possible issues. Okay, we'll eliminate any possible issues. Let's start off with, and what I'll do, I'll test them on the pad. So, if I can get this in. Okay, so I'm doing orange. Good. I'm doing, this is yellow. Grey. Black. Can everyone hear the buzzing, by the way? Good. We're 50%. Okay. Blue. Purple. Green. And red for power. Okay. Cables to pads are checked. We're all good. Woohoo! So we're checking that the other pads are not shorted out. Okay. I've got till Friday morning, folks. I don't care how long this takes. Okay, so start off with CE. All good. All good. Okay, no shorts. You need the blow continuity short testing code. Okay, so I need to search them. It'd be helpful for some guys I know that have trouble transferring a circuit from an actual breadboard to a PCB. They're just like a normal proto board, except what they've got is everything's actually connected like a breadboard. So the power rails are connected, and the each pin row is connected. So they're identical to a breadboard in their layout. They're just really nice and they're beautifully made. They're really good. They're really nice and easy to solder to. Yeah, highly recommended. And with Adafruit, normally, like if you spend over a certain amount of money with them, you get freebies, and this is the first freebie. So I've got quite a few of those, or two more. I think I've had 3. So yeah, they're very, very cool. Okay, so I need to. Okay, let's start with the chip. Let's put the chip on. Need a clean solder tip. Okay, really can't see what I'm doing, I have to tell you. Through all the boards. I mean, there might be the same type of thing you can get elsewhere, I don't know, but I'm going to turn this around. So the top, that's pin 1 here, so I've got to turn this around. There might be cheaper versions of the Adafruit one, I don't know, but it's just a really nice board. Oh God, I need to see over the top. This camera is just killing me. Does that look good? How does it look? Put it in the middle. Does it look okay? They're all on the pads. I could rotate it a fraction, but I'm not sure I've got the dexterity. Just hold on one moment, folks. Sorry, runny nose. Do not want to get a nose drip on the chip. Coffee! You just need to roll your own through JLC. Yeah, well, you can't blame them for import duty, Nicholas. I mean, that's... But, yeah, the shipping... Or you can go cheap shipping. They do offer, like, slow mail shipping. I mean, not as cheap as free from China. Looks 64 megabit good. Lol. Okay, I'm going to do the other corner. Now I'm going to rotate it a bit, I think. Where's my blue tack gone? It's like pens, you know, where you keep losing pens? I keep losing blue tack. I'm going to stick this down because it keeps moving, and I'm going to just reorient this just a bit if I can. It's on the pads, but it just needs to move just a fraction. Okay, let's put a bit more solder on it. Yeah, that's better. Cool. Oh, that was the cheap shipping. What? £66? No. I've had shipping from them to Australia for like $10. I think that's the cheapest they do by post. That still looks a bit... No, that's good enough. I just have to be careful when I'm soldering it. Probably is... Wow. Flux. A smaller tip probably would have been a good idea. Anyway. No, I'm not fluxing. I don't want to get flux everywhere. Oh, was that off camera? Sorry. As OCD as the rest of us. Well, it's not a matter of OCD for the position, to be honest with you. It's just a matter of making sure that I eliminate any potential, you know, issue. I really want this to work. Like, I can't begin to tell you how much I want this to work. I need this to work. Okay, it's not my best soldering job in the world, but I believe... Let me, I'm just gonna use my magnifying glassy thing. That's pretty good. I think we're good. How are we going for time? 50 minutes. Wow. Yes, OCD is finding excuses like, oh, really? So that's OCD, is it? Okay. Okay. Well, then I've got OCD. That's okay. I got no problems. I'm happy to join the club. So now I need to work out what I'm going to do with a 10k resistor. Now the easiest thing would be is to grab one of my 10k resistors, whoops, and literally just put one over the top. And I can either do that, or I can see if I've got any. Hang on, how about? Isn't it heading towards summer where you are? And I'm in a hoodie. Yeah, it was really cold this morning. We had to put the heater on this morning in the house. I don't know why. It might warm up later. We've had a few cold days, so. And it's cold in my office from overnight. Let me see if I've got any 1206 10k resistors. I've got, I don't remember what these are. I've got a whole bunch of, will they even fit anyway? No, they're too small anyway. Okay, don't worry. Skip that. Skip, skip, skip. Well, it looked like a huge retro 1/4 watt resistor. This? No. Oh. Yeah, it's 10k. I know these are 10k. I don't have to check it. So, I need to just across that. Word up, going to be lurking, applying for a job. Hey, David. Lurk away, all good. Just wanna. No, you gotta get narrow. Narrow, narrow. Okay, this is gonna be fun. I should I'm gonna solder it on first, I think, and then I'm going to cut it off after. 0402, haha. I know, I just checked it at 01206 and it's still too wide. Too wide. Used 0805 on such breakout board to make a tiny boost converter. Fits between pin and pad. Pin and pad. I need to bridge over the top of the IC. I need to go across here. Or across here. Oh, it's not even on camera. Sorry, folks. I need to go across here. So that's CS or CE and VCC. Or I need to go from here to here. I can't, yeah, and I don't want to cause any shorts. So, yeah, the IC is rotated, remember? 90 degrees. Sorry, this is off. I keep doing this off. I keep pulling it towards me. I apologize. I think that'll do. I am going to blue tack this down. Yeah, it's the same job that David's applying for still. Yes, he's still doing the paperwork. No, I don't know. I'm gonna. It looks okay. I reckon I can get that on to each side. I hope. Okay. Cut all the wires. Cut all the wires. It's all I've got. Greg. It's all I've got. Sorry. Can only use what I've got. Okay, so we can now put this on the board. I'm gonna have to go wider with more focus because this is gonna be tricky. So now there's already code on here. It should just work. If I plug this in and it works, it should just work because the code doesn't change. It's just the build from pad from orange wire to chip pin next to it. Wait, what? What did I miss? from the orange wire to the pin next to it. Yeah, they're not touching. There's no bridge. From pad of orange wire to the chip pin next to it. What, Stephen? What are you? Please explain, Stephen. That's where you could put a tiny resistor. But the pin next to it, I don't understand. The pin next to it is not 3 volts. I need to go to, it's a pull-up. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, yeah, I could have, couldn't I? Thank you. That's actually... Okay, Stephen's right. What I could have done... Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Is I could have... So, that's the CE pin from here. That's VCC right there. I could have just bridged here. I could... Whoever said 0402... Right. I apologise. Sorry. So the truth is, I've already planned this out in my head for the last few days, right? Like, this is how I imagined I was going to build it. So I'm just building it the way I imagined. Sorry, I apologise. Yeah, you're right, I could have done that. Yeah, sorry. I'm also having trouble keeping up with the chat. I'm really trying to... You're going to see a man. You're going to see a grown man cry live on YouTube if this doesn't work. Shaker. This is modern contemporary art. It looks pretty cool. I mean, you got to say, if it was in focus. Anyway, let's do this. Okay, so I need my diagram. Okay, we're going to do this on diagram. So we're going to go. So I need... Obviously, I got VCC and ground. I need to bend these around. Just pre-bending them. I really don't want to rip them off. Okay. I'm sorry if it's not in focus. I'll do the best I can. I think you may also cry if it does work. I don't think I'll cry if it works. I might be a bit excited. I mean, memory, like I've wasted a lot of stuff. Yeah. Okay. So obviously the data pins I'm using are all down here. Clock and CS are here. And ground and VCC are here. So they're spread out on the board quite far, which is why I needed some length on the cable. I just hope I've got not too much length. Because if I've got too much length, I am screwed. Okay, let's put that this way. Okay, and ground goes next to it, which is really awkward. Really awkward. Okay, so CS. So CS is 109. And 109 is just here. Twisty of the board. Okay, 109. And clock is 10. And clock is, get my orientation right, clock is purple. Magic smoke. How do you even pronounce that? Kane Thomrud. Okay, yeah, I can't, terrible pronunciation. Welcome, by the way. But no, let's not do blue smoke. There shouldn't be blue smoke, it just won't work. Okay, so SIO, which is the blue, has to go to 108, or no, to, in this case, it's SD1. Now, SD1 is... SD1 is here. Okay, which leaves on this side, it's got to, SIO3 has to go to D2. Yeah, I hope they make good contact too. Makes sense. Goes to D2. D2's on the other side of the board. which is annoying. Goes to there. Okay, and then on this side, okay, IO1, which is yellow, goes to, it's IO17, which in this case is D0, which is just ridiculous. But anyway, D0. So the pins are even on this side and not on that side. So it doesn't even go 1, 2, 3, 4, or, you know, 0, 1, 2, 3. It goes 0, 2, 1, 3 on this side. Black smoke. What have I missed? It still doesn't work. I'd next go to soldering short wires direct to the header pins. Right, I will. If this doesn't work still, I'll cut all these and I'll solder them directly. As I said at the start, you might have missed it. I didn't want to solder directly to here because it's the only board I've got. So I don't want to start soldering, taking off, soldering, taking off. Like I know, it's not the end of the world, but I'd rather not solder onto this board if I don't have to. Okay, one more to go. So IO2 goes to D3, and D3 is all over here. Okay. That's it. We're wired up. Please check all the pins just to be sure. I'm pretty sure they're good. 10, 9, ground, V3, 1, 3, 0, 2. I think we're okay. So, I finished my coffee. Now I've really finished my coffee. Let's move my coffee out the way. Put it over here. Okay, before I plug it in, what have I missed? 10 PM here. I'm holding with you. Hope this will work. Hi, by the way. Kane. Cool, I call you Kane. Hello, Kane. Hey, David, just in time. Did you miss the fun? No, I just built this. And I'm about to plug it in and try it. Next cup now. If someone wants to bring me another cup of coffee, I'll gladly drink it. But before I do anything, let me turn my iron off. Okay, I need to get some... Okay, let's switch screens. There's really nothing to see here, right? So I'm going to plug it in. You can see me all plug it in. You won't know anything just by plugging it in. It just powers up, right? Nothing to see there. Okay. It's a work of art, yes, but I'd rather it worked as well. I'm not putting a cap on the a decoupling cap yet. I can look at doing that, but I'm not going to yet. A little time to plug my buy me a coffee thing. No, I actually want the coffee. Like right here. Anyway, okay, I'm swapping to my desktop. No magic. Oh, Matt's here. Well, there shouldn't be any blue smoke. Well, I've never had blue smoke on the IC. Okay, so terminal. Here we go. Now the fun part. I'm going to let's minimize that. The terminal I use. I don't know. I'll see if I can get my text bigger for everyone. Wow, that's going to be really big. That's maybe not too big. If I go 14, there we go. Can everyone read this? Is that big enough, or do I need to make it bigger? Command T to enlarge the text. Really? Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Oh, it makes the terminal window bigger though. That's okay. Thank you, I didn't know. I don't spend a lot of time in terminal. Can everyone read this? It says my name. Okay, cool. For those of you on small devices like mobiles, I apologise. Hello, Kilo Sierra Alpha. Edit decoupling cap if it doesn't work. Yeah, I will. I'll do that afterwards. Let's just try this first. Okay, so what do I want to do? I need to go to... I'm going to do this in MicroPython first. Where's my MicroPython? Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is This firmware is from Lobo. I'm pointing at my screen. I don't know why I'm doing that. A guy called Boris. Goes by Laboris on a lot of the forums. So this is his fork of the MicroPython, where he was working on PSRAM. Okay, do we want to see if it works first, or do we want to look at the code to understand what it's doing first? Yeah, I know, Daniel. I use command and plus and minus all the time to make text bigger and small. I just didn't know you could do it in terminal, that's all. Test first, then code. Okay. Test it. Okay, so I need to... Okay, if that's the case, because there's already code running in it, all I need to do is go screen... dev... tty dot... and 115200. So screen is just letting me get like a console output from it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to hit reset. Damn, test failed. 512, bad. Okay, test failed. You can see here, SPI RAM, it found the RAM, 40 megahertz. This is a good result though, this is the best result I've had so far. Yeah, this is very close. This could absolutely just be some cable length. Or I could try putting a cap on, but I don't think this is a power issue. It's not going to be a cap issue. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a decoupling cap. Personally, I don't think it's going to be a decoupling cap. Let's just do a restart. Yeah, that's super close. Wow. Where are my caps? Okay. Look, I'll put a decoupling cap on, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to help. Let's go back to here. I'll just unplug it. Consistent results is also good. That's right. Yeah, I don't think it's the cap. The next step's going to be to cut the cables and to solder it directly, which is a real pain. And technically I shouldn't need that on the clock and the CS. I should only need it on the signal. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, I wouldn't read anything into the 512, guys, in terms of what the value is. No, I can't slow down these SPI. It's got to work as is. Like, it's got to be compatible with everything. It's got to be 100% compatible, which means it's got to be fixed here, not in software. Yeah, again, for the amount of the bad read drop that I've had since before, I'm pretty sure it's a cable length issue. So what I'm going to do is cut these and solder them on. Oh, I should have done them one at a time. Oh well. I'm going to cut them about there. I still need to be able to, I need to be able to actually do them and not rip them off. This is running at 40 megahertz. No, I'm not. I'm gonna do this first, and then I'm gonna decouple. I'm 100% sure it's not a decouple issue. I really am. Right, I'm going to have to do these as well because I'm not going to be able to reach these now, I don't think. I'll take these off for the moment anyway. Okay, so we're going to get this working, folks. That's a great result. Well, I mean, it working would have been a great result, but that's the best I've had so far. So I'm just doing this off camera. As I said, I don't want to get them bits of plastic everywhere on my desk. Okay. Why not debugging with this oscilloscope logic analyzer? Because my logic analyzer isn't here yet. I just bought one, and I can't debug this on a scope, on my scope. I can't get SPI decoding working on my scope. So that's why I'm not doing that. So, yeah. That's the answer. Might not be the answer everyone wants, but that's the answer. SD1. Okay, so that is IO0. This is going to be hard to do, I think. Okay, here we go. Scope will show power, noise, and signal integrity. Yes, it will. Guys, this is the order I'm doing it. Sorry. I'm going to shorten these first. This is, as I said, appreciate everyone's feedback, and we can get to all of that if this doesn't work. D0. I don't quite know how I'm going to do this, but we'll see. Because I can't... Okay, that's 1. D0, D is 2. Green goes to 2. So I just need to do some twisties. I'm sorry if any of this is off camera. It's not going to reach. I'm going to have problems getting this to reach, I think, without... Yeah, I just pulled that one off. Maybe it's time to use wire wrap instead. I'm not sure how I'm going to get these to reach. Cut the power wires too. Yeah, I really didn't want to... Well, power length won't be an issue, I don't think, but... These are just not flexible enough, I don't think. I'm not going to get these flexible enough to get these on. And I need a third hand, not a helping hand, but a third hand. Solder to the top pad, not the pin. Folks, I'm doing it like this first, okay? I appreciate everyone's feedback, but I absolutely want to try this before I do anything else. I've been to looping the other wires. The problem is that it's just pretty precarious the way these are. Yeah, so they're just breaking off again. Which is why I didn't want to solder them directly to the pads. Yeah. Hey Peter. Thanks for joining. You've come at a really great time. Hang on, what am I missing? Video keeps focusing on the text of your paper and not what I'm working on. Yeah, I know. As I move it up, sorry, my focal range is pretty small. I apologize. And I'm not watching what the camera's seeing, I'm watching what I'm doing. Do you have a DuPont connectors and crimper? I do. I do. Hang on, I'm going to... What am I going to do? I don't want to start a new one. Oh, that's really annoying. Pico dev board. Sorry if I missed it. Yes, this is the Pico kit. What do I need to do? I'm not going to be able to crimp these on. These are too short. I'm better off just replacing them and putting a new cables on is what I'm better off doing. But getting all the solder out of this, like a... Oh, do I start again? Damn. Tin the wires and solder straight to the existing. Yeah, they're not flexible enough. And out of curiosity, which ones did I solder? Yeah. Let me think. I'm going to end up ripping them off this end by twisting them. You're an Aussie, bend them. Pad has the advantage of less impedance change, which is signal integrity. Sorry, I missed all that. Hang on. Yeah, I can tin them, but they probably just haven't put enough length on them. I try to cut them short, but they're probably just too short. I really don't think I'm going to be able to get them on like this, because they really got to twist under each other. And I've got no easy way of holding them on. Which is a problem. You hear the wire, apply the solder to the wire to tin properly. Yeah, I know, it keeps moving though. I don't particularly want to hold the wire. So I'm trying to think of what to do while I'm doing this. I feel like I don't want to waste anyone's time, but I feel like... What length wire did I use? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like I feel like if I just started off with much smaller wires, I feel like if I just start off, go the same process again, but much smaller. See Mike, catch you later. I've got a third hand. Tweezers, yeah. I'm gonna... Let me get some more wires. I have an endless supply of DuPont cables. An endless supply, which is good. No, I don't think this wire length is right. I think it's... I'm not sure it's the DuPont, to be honest with you. I think I need to get the wire length less. That's what I think I need to do. As I said, I've got till everyone's going for the decoupling. Well, obviously I can't use this now. I'm 100% convinced it's not the decoupling, folks. Well, it's too late now. I can't rewire this. I'm gonna see if I can pull these off. Where's my... Who said gigahertz? What? Breathe deeply. Yeah, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm gonna see if I can pull... Oh, that's not gonna help. I'm gonna see if I can get these wires off and replace them. But I don't think I'm gonna be able to do with this because not a big enough area. The issue is going to be let's see if I can get these out first. That's the first step. Why do these boards have to be so small and fiddly? Stay. Okay, I'm going to burn my finger. I'm going to leave the power, I think. Do you have any enamel wire? Enamel, no, I don't know what that is. I've got wire wrap, but problem with wire wrap is they're all the same color. I'd like to... But I can definitely put wire wrap wire, which is much easier to work with, but it's also not easy to work with. There's something nice about... Ow! There's something nice about having the stability of the thicker wire. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna leave... Oh, I'm gonna have to take CS off as well, which means I'm gonna have to take the resistor off. That's okay. I'm going to leave power and ground for the moment. Now, do I need to solder suck these holes? Probably. Okay. Some kind of wire might do the trick a bit better. Yeah, it's just really hard to work with, and I've got no way of really easily mounting stuff. Wires are easy to tack onto the pad, and then they're stranded. It's nice and flexible. You don't have the length issues. I think it's an impedance mismatch. Okay, well we'll see, Peter. We will definitely see, because I'm going to persevere. I'm going to persevere, folks. Don't need those ones. Hang on a second. Someone said scroll back up. Oh, we'll look in a second. Come on. What? See on, scroll back up to see the link to the jumpers I use. Won't help now, but perhaps in the future. I will in a second. Hang on. Yeah, definitely won't help now. Hey Chris. 512 errors. It might be Chris, but it my other errors I had previously were not kind of, it didn't work out that way. Yeah. We'll find out soon. I'm going to do this I'm gonna get this. How is serial flash set up? QIO. The flash is DIO, I think. I can't scroll back up on that. I'm gonna, sorry, I'm making a bit of a mess here now. That's okay. You only live once. I'm going to solder suck some of this out. I think is going to be easier than trying to resolder it back in again. Or maybe it won't, I don't know, we'll see. Let's see if I can grip this without breaking it. It's not great. We'll see if I can solder them in directly first. Okay, I know everyone can't, wait, everyone can't see. Let me, if you're gonna, might as well watch me try to wreck this. Peter is right, max speed is only 30 megahertz. I keep hearing 40 megahertz. It's 40 megahertz operation. Yep. That's one. I hate using this DuPont wire, don't get me wrong, but two. Wow, this is going smoother than I expected. Wow, these are short. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to reach them. Yeah, I might have made these even too short. Wow. Come on. Ow, that was hot. Sorry, I can't see the chat right now. Come on. How's it going with this? Yeah. Stay tuned, station 240. Okay, one more. This is going to be tricky because this is the one with the resistor. Oh, that might have been okay. Okay. Okay, need to fix the resistor. Okay. Let me just check this. Got a few long wires I need to be careful of. Make sure they're not touching. Just got to solder them down to make sure they're secure. I'm sure you're all horrified right now. But that's okay. Sion is not listening to anyone's advice. What could possibly go wrong? Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, camera. I'm kind of focused. Folks, I'm focused and my camera is not. Let me just check this and make sure that I've got everything not touching. No shorts. Good. Okay. Let's try to get this on the board. This is going to be a challenge now because these are really short. Let's get power and ground in first. Okay, so I'm going to do chip select and clock last. Oh, actually, maybe not. Okay, let's go back to these numbers again. Okay, chip select is 9. Wow, this is really going to be too close. I think I'm not going to be able to reach these. Maybe. Wow. Okay, well, brown is 10. It's going to take a lot of twisting and turning. I need to somehow get blue and green to this side. No, I need to get white and purple to the other side somehow. And I think I'm not going to be able to reach them. Oh boy. I'll do my best. RF is dark black magic. What is this PSRAM thing? This PSRAM thing is just frustrating. It's just frustrating. Okay, so purple is D2. I'm going to bend these. I'm going to rip this off. You watch. I'm going to end up ripping these. Boy. It's D1. Oh, how am I going to get that over to there? It's not going to happen. Yeah, now I made them too small. Get power, turn them off, take them off. I'm catching up. Ah! I made them too small to reach. Seriously. What's if... I've got an idea. I've got an idea. Get off. Why can't I get this off? Ah. I've got an idea. Get off. Thank you. I'm going to see if I can just I'll solder them, maybe. No, it's still not going to reach. Convert the PSRAM board. Will that put the wires in a better position? Maybe. I don't know. I've got the No, the problem is that they just come from the wrong sides. No, turning it upside down is not going to help. No, turning it upside down. Hey, Paul. Because then they have to go around the other side. It's not going to work unless I pull the wires off and put new ones on. So I've gone too short now, slightly too short on the wires, which is just slightly frustrating. Add a cable to the deadboard pin connector, and then to the DuPont. No, you don't want to be. I don't want to be double joining. High-speed board has 15 centimeter traces. Oh boy. What time is it? I'm sticking around till I get this working. I'm not going anywhere, folks, so yeah. Just letting you know. The only other thing I've got to do today, or the next few days, is pack, so... So I'm here all day. Sorry, that was off camera. Come on. Short soldered wires, just use thin kynar. I don't have kynar. I'm in this for the long haul, folks. This has to be solved. I mean, I went from that to that. I know you're all telling me it's not cable length, okay? I appreciate everyone telling me it's not cable length. I got to be at the airport at about 7:30 Friday morning. So, that time. So... I need to solve this my way, because leave the data lines, they are okay. Yeah, I'd already broken the cables on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not much. Well, check. What did I miss? Yeah, Sion's making an ass of himself again. Sion's making an ass, but Sion's determined, and I totally get right now that everyone must be frustrated with Sion. I totally get that. Sion's frustrated with Sion. But Sion still needs to solve this Sion's way. And there's purpose for it. Like, there's reasoning behind it. So... Unexpected cock up. No, it's not unexpected. It's totally expected, Stephen. Come on. All believe in you. Determination. Determination will make up for Sion's not listening to everyone else on the chat. That's what it is, right? Is that what you're telling me? Determination. I've got a lot of bits of cable on the floor. See you, Daniel. Picture the power as a wave. I reckon Peter is the most frustrated right now out of everyone. Hey, Alan. Sion is a small maker bean. What? I know you're all frustrated. I'm actually not right now, to be honest with you. Like I didn't expect to solve it first time. I personally am convinced it's a length thing. I know some of you might not be, but you're going to remember, I've been doing this for 2 weeks now. I'm pretty sure it's a length thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I've got 2 of the same colour. That's really annoying. That's okay. So, oh, come on. Sorry about bang. Who is the guru of these things? Hello, Wild Scotsman. You're bloody-minded. You're more bloody-minded than determined. Was that an insult or a compliment? I don't know. I'm not sure if that was a compliment or an insult. Wild Scotsman. Well, these are in between the two, Sebastian. So I'm pretty sure these will be long enough, or I hope these will be long enough. But I'm still having fun, just lazy lurking. Yeah, I hope you're all having fun. It's fine. I'm having fun. I'm fine. I really am. Well, I don't know about having fun. The crow always laughs at Sion. The crow's allowed to laugh at Sion today. Oh, the dog's barking. Can everyone hear the dog? Fingers crossed or wires crossed. I've got stacks of DuPont cables. I've got like 6 of these. Right? Don't worry. I can do this all day. Can't hear the dog. Oh, okay. I don't have coffee. No more coffee. Human P&P going on right now. Oh, you're not doing human P&P, are you? Okay, here we go. Here we go again. 3rd time's a charm. I wonder if I've damaged the IC with all of this. Everybody hit like now. Wow, of all the videos that you possibly want to hit like on, this probably won't be the one. I'm still waiting to hear back from, was it the Wild Scotsman? To find out whether that was an insult or a compliment. I predict the orange one will be too short. Oh, thanks, mate. If I hit like now, I'll undo my like from earlier. What? Am I short one? Oh. Oh, there's one here. Okay, for some reason I've got brown, black. I've got 2 blacks and 2 browns on one side here. Oh well. Come on. You can... Hey, Harry. This is a thriller. Oh, come on. It's going to be hot now. Ow. Get in the hole. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, last one. Spelled it right. Is it from a special place, name, thing? Is it? It's made up. My parents made it up, and I was actually speaking to my mum about it the other day. Again. I mean, I'm 48 years old and I'm still bitter with my parents because of the name they gave me. Yeah, it's just made up. I tell people that my parents were playing the game Boggle that have the dice with the letters on them, and that's what they rolled. And everyone thinks that's quite funny, but you know what? That's what I feel like. It's just a nothing name. Very annoying. Okay. Where's my board? Wow, I bent the antenna. Oh well. Here we go. No focus. I wish I could get this focus working better today. What was the pointless exercise? What have I done now? Oh, your name is just fine. Just every time I type Sun. Yeah, I just can't do the, yeah, if it was all surface mount, it'd be fine. Okay, here we go. Back to the paper again, because I still don't know this off by heart. Okay, that is, oh, wait, is the resistor on? Oh, that would have been bad. Let's just put the resistor on. Thank you very much for those of you that say it's a nice name. I don't know. People tell me that it's good that I've got an unusual name, but I don't know. I would much rather been called Joshua. Okay, I need a bit more solder. I hope these are all on strong enough. I should actually check them before I do this, right? From now on, I'll be called Joshua. I'll tell you a funny story, actually. So, let me just check this first. So I want to make sure there's no shorts. Okay, so I actually... living in Oz with a foreign name. I know the pain. I actually lived in Sydney for about a year. A long time ago. In 1994, I think. 1994, 1995. And, okay, this is 9. And I worked for IBM, for ISSC, their outsourcing company. And I'll tell the story quickly before I do this because I can't do two things at once. And again, the whole what's C on mean, where's it from, blah, blah, blah. And I told everyone the story that I would have rather just been called Josh. And for 1 year, every single person in the company called me Josh. To the point where someone would call out Sion and I didn't even respond anymore. And actually, they called me Josh. And then, obviously, I left Sydney and, yeah. So, that was my little story. There you go. Sorry. Back onto this. Let's do this. Okay, white is 10. I'll do power last. You can call me Bob if you want. Okay, so... okay, what order? That's power. So this one is D2. And that one is D1. So D1... D2... power... ground... oh, sorry, I'm not even on camera. Sorry. Okay, I've got 2 more to go, and they should reach. I hope. This one is D3. Oh, will they reach? If this one reaches, then we're good. Can I get it on? Okay, and one more. Please reach. Wow, that's tight. Okay, we're back on. First two letters of Sion is SE, something unexpected. Joshua equals Whopper. Yes, it does. It does, you're right. Okay, I'm plugging this in. I'm switching screens. Oh, I need to close. I need to do that again. Okay, will it still be there? It will be. What? Here we go. Ah! Oh boy. We got the same result again. Okay, decoupling cap, fine. I've only got one. It's my last one. Hmm, 512. I wonder if, yeah. It still could be the RAM. It's QIO. It's all set up correctly. It's next int 1UF. 1UF. I've got a 0.1. Yeah, whoops, wrong camera. I can stick this. Pretty ugly, I know. Because I needed to be able to bridge. I had to take this off another one. I need to be able to bridge over. I'm pretty sure it's... Anyway, yeah. Okay, let's solder this on. I'm not sure how, but... Here we go. Repeat it a few times. Yeah, I'll just put the decoupling cap on first. Somehow. Okay. Just write less than, and it's okay. Yeah, I don't know which ones it's failing on though. It might be failing at the start. I'm gonna hold this still. It's gonna be interesting. Whoa, smoke. Need something to rest on. I mean, if it's a decoupling cap, I'll stand up and I'll bow and I'll apologise to everyone, but I just really don't think it is. Be careful I don't short another pin when I do this. Okay, I don't think that's shorting anywhere. I hope not. Please note, if photo error's first error address is consistent, then it's probably not a wire length signal integrity issue. No, it might not be. Okay, I think that looks good. Not shorted. Yeah, if I don't exit screen nicely before I unplug it, it kills the terminal session, which is really annoying. Yeah, so not decoupling, and now it's 663. I think you're all reading into the 512 thing a bit. Because it's not a... So now it's 551. Five, 7, 8. 5, 7, 3. Yeah, I think the first ones were just lucky matches. I didn't get any consistency at all the other day. I'm just going to unplug it. Oh, I'm going to Control A colon quit. Oh, A colon, can't type, quit. There we go. Now I can unplug it. Ignore what? Who what? Back to your earlier comment, short soldered point-to-point wires, no connectors. I can't scope the signals, Azzy, sorry, I cannot get... I can't, my scope is not working with my serial decoding for some reason. I can't decode. I've already tried. I can barely get I2C decoding. So scoping out is not an option. I've already obviously been trying to do that recently, which is why I bought the logic analyzer, because I can't get my scope decoding serial. Okay, so it's been 2 hours, so I want to show you guys something. It's not my first attempt at this. Okay. Here's another attempt. I'm going to swap these out now. Okay. So I'm taking this one off. And I'm putting this one on. If I can get the pins right. Wow, what a mess. Can't even see what I'm doing. Okay, that's 9. Okay, blue is 10. Sure to watch the signals first. I can't get it working at all with a non-Pico board. I get the same results, but I get different read errors. The same with all of these that I've built. When I put it on here, I can get it working with this, but it doesn't. It still fails, but it fails with a completely different set of fail results. Yellow is 0. Whoa, I got that. Now let me just get this out. Brown is squished. Try it again. Yellow is 0. Just hold on one second. My brown in this case is ground because I got the. Okay. Green is 2. Orange is stuck. Orange is 3. Orange is 3. This is 1. Which makes green. If I can get it around. Okay, everyone see that? Plug this in. Hope I've wired it right. Reset. Did everyone see that? SPRAM enabled. Passes the check. Passes the RAM test. And let me show you this. Oops, can't type. Oh, really? Hang on a second. Okay, if I do import MicroPython machine, if I do a memory info, if I do a heap info, ooh, interesting. Block failed. CPU halted. Let's try that again. I need to wonder why that failed just now. So this wasn't failing yesterday. It's passing the RAM test. I've never seen this error before. In get next block, abort was called. So I'm getting completely inconsistent results with this PSRAM. And now I'm getting a fails. Wow. Wow, this is fun. So I had this working yesterday, and now it doesn't like to work. And this has no decoupling on it. Which is why I'm convinced it's a timing thing and a signal length thing. Or at least a wire integrity thing. No, I don't know. Oh, see? And look at that. And that time it worked. So as I play around with it, and it could just be a bad joint. I might have just got something loose, maybe. Let me just, I mean, it obviously doesn't like, let me just switch. It obviously doesn't like just the way this is all configured in terms of the, yeah, you're right, DuPont cables and header pins and everything else. Like it's a really messy way. So there's no difference between the two boards. I mean, I've got, except for the resistor I don't have going over the top, I've intercepted a cable here. I cut the, try that again. I cut the cable in half coming from the CS line. It could absolutely be completely critical and I have to signal match, and if I have to signal match, that's a problem because I can't signal match on my Rev 5. Just want to top that up. So, which is why I'm so adamant to try to get it working like this. Let me just try that again. Switch back to here. Oh, forgot to close it properly nicely again. Reset. Oops. See? Bad right again. This time 19. That time 447, depending on how I hold it. Look at that, bad, 8672. The resistors are pull up. So the CS line has to be pulled up to 3.3 volts. So just to go back and show you. So it's just rather than bridging the resistor over the top, I hacked into the CS line, that's all. So it's a bit hard to see. Let me see if I can move this yellow. Let me unplug it. Get this yellow one around. So yeah, I've just hacked the CS line and stuck a resistor in line, that's all. So it just shows how temperamental this is. What's this? The SPI speed? I don't know. So, I'm not sure if you were here before, David. I can't change anything code-wise. I need to keep this 100% compatible. So I can't slow down the SPI bus. I can't. The RAM's running at 40 megahertz. It's running QIO, it's all configured correctly as you just saw. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Yesterday I was getting very good results with this and I wasn't getting any RAM fails and it was showing the heap allocation correctly. So for some reason, I don't know why, but today it's chosen not to work reliably. I'm saying that the higher speed, the lower the resistor value you should use for the pull-up. It has to be 10K. It's documented at 10K. So the 10K is correct. And this is why I've been banging my head for the last 2 weeks. So yeah. It's been super frustrating. Marcus, I'm not sure. 2 or 3 times in sequence. I'm not sure how what my scope's going to reveal. I'm happy if you'd explain it to me, but I don't see how a scope in this case is going to. I mean, other than checking power or like what am I checking? What am I reading on the scope that's going to give me any information? Like I've got 4 data lines, a CS, and a clock. And I can't check all those values in one hit. What signal do you want to see? That's what I'm trying to get at. I don't understand. What do you want to see from the scope? Waveform integrity, clock speed, etc. From which pin? From where? What? That's what I'm asking you. What do you want to see? One signal at a time from the scope. Well, I don't even know how you're going to see the scope because I can't really get my camera in. Can I get my camera in front of the scope? Let me see if I can get my camera in front of the scope. But I'm really not sure. Okay, here we go. Yeah, as I said, I don't know if you're going to be able to see my scope or what I'm going to be doing. Or how this is even going to work. I need to raise my camera. Yeah, hang on a second. I might suggest that you can make your own PCB breakout. I don't have time to make my own breakout. Yeah, +1 for the effort. Yeah, okay. I need to somehow raise my camera slowly. I'm not sure you're gonna be able to see my scope screen very well. What can I lift this with? And there's a cable right in the way. Just bear with me a second. If I can line this up. Okay, if I lower my scope, maybe. Okay, this is going to be interesting. And it's upside down. Let me see if I can fix that. 1 second. Transform, flip, vertical, and it's back to front. Transform, flip horizontal. Yeah, I understand what the scope can show me, but okay, well, let's play. Okay, I'm not like if it wasn't working, if I wasn't detecting it, or if I was getting 100% bad read writes. So I've got my scope's a bit of a tangle at the moment because I was playing around with something. Let me just disconnect all this. Put that over there. Okay, so which cable is which? Also, just consider, folks, that I've got a tangled mess of cables here, which is going to affect what I'm seeing on the scope. Okay. Oh. Okay, I'm not sure. Can I get that? See if I can get this in a better position. Sorry about the wonky. It's going to shift. I don't know if I can hold it there. Okay, turn decoding off. Okay, so channel 1. So you want to see You want to see the clock? I don't even know how I'm going to connect this up. This is going to be interesting. Without shorting it. You got to remember, I can't. I've got no easy place to tap into at all. So if I do the end of the wire, well, I can't do the end of the wire. Remember, like if I lift the, I'll see if I can lift the DuPont cable up a fraction and have it still there. I don't know, still connected. Wow, this is not easy. Just hold on a second. Okay, I have to take it off, put it back on. SOP test clips. I know what a SOP test clip is. Okay. So I'm on the clock line right now. Did I just see that go past and then I wasn't watching? Yeah, I'm not brave, I'm an idiot. So source one, edge type. So we're on slope rising. Coupling, source, channel 1. So the problem is though, as soon as it fails and crashes, there's no more clock. Single capture, yeah. And, right, but that's a single capture, that's all we're getting. We're getting a high. I've got to time it right. Single shot on falling. Oops. Gotta reset it every time. That's my clock. Let's move it down. Let me just check my probes. Oh yeah, it's set to 10 time. Okay, good. Compare that to the data sheet. To the what? I'm letting you guys tell me what you want to see. The data line. Which data line? There's 4 data lines. It's not SPI. It's not just straight SPI setup. There's 4 data lines. So which one do you want to see? I've got 4. I can connect 4 probes. Oh, that's on the cable. That's not good. Well, actually, I can't really. Anyone. Okay. Not so easy, but okay. if I can. Sometimes I'm running out of places to ground this. I'm going to need to make a ground cable. What am I going to use for a ground cable? Hold on 1 second. I don't know if that's going to work. Okay. It's getting a bit clunky here. Well, Wi-Fi is not disabled, no. Not by default. Okay, it's triggering on channel 1. So, yeah. Oh, okay, I didn't realise that about the scope. Thank you. Go, Gavin! Yay! I really don't know how to use my scope. One probe ground clip necessary. Trigger on the data line. Okay. Yeah, clock's on channel 1. Clock's on channel 1, data's on channel 2. And that clock looks terrible. So I'm triggering on channel 2. Oops. I'm triggering on channel 2 on falling. Clock is on channel 1, the yellow. Data's on channel 2. Yep, terrible indeed. No, I haven't. Time domain reflection. No, I haven't, Peter. I mean, can everyone see that noise? Yeah. Whoa. Could be DuPont. Any devices nearby causing interference. Are you serious? I've got a big whopping camera right here. And I've got a computer, and I've got a soldering iron connected, and I've got a light, and I've got other lights. Yeah, there's a huge amount of things that could be causing interference. 2 monitors sitting above the scope. Did you have all of those on? We got it working. No, yeah, the screens were on.
The, was the camera on? No, the camera wasn't on. The lights were on, yes. The scope was off. Run this by powering the board with a clean supply, i.e. not the PC. To run what, sorry? To run the device? I can run the device on clean power, but obviously we get no output then. So, pack in a Faraday cage. Yeah, I'll just pull one out of my pocket. Michael. Yeah, this is why I'm getting a logic probe. Like I get interference all the time on my scope. Which called the message about the chip spec. No, it's I've read his spec. It's whether it's out of spec or not, it's the correct chip. It's being endorsed. Other people have this chip working. It's why I bought the other brand chip as well, but obviously it's not here for me to test with. No, I can't reduce the SPI clock speed. And I don't want to reduce, this has got to work with this code as is. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't work. There's no altering anything to get this to work. Sorry, I'm adamant about that because it's got to be 100% compatible. And you got to remember, like, this is me hacking this on the way I am right now. Obviously, let's take a step back. I'm just turning the scope off. Right, but it won't help me with the process of elimination. I had this working yesterday, and it was working perfectly fine. Right? And I ran... Whoops. Did I just do what I think I just did? Sorry. I want to just put this back on here. Just bear with me. Oh, wow. So something happened, it must have shorted something, and it's turned off my USB port. Excellent. Slowing down the SPI bus isn't going to help me in this case. There's a million factors here that are a problem that have nothing to do with, you know what I mean? Now, let me just get this off. Get this out of the way. Oh boy, well I got a cable tangle. Usually don't want to change the code for the proper fix, but to troubleshoot, eliminate issues. Right, but I've got no real way of reading this and understanding this. Like what you were seeing on my scope right now, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that what you saw on my scope right now is, or the weirdness of it, wasn't my scope. Like, I'm having a lot of problems with this scope getting any type of clean signal out of it. So, what I want to do is, just bear with me a second, I'm just going to bring up Eagle. So, apart from the fact that I've got... well, let me just bring it up. One second. Sorry, folks. Okay, well, the scope was telling the truth. The scope was telling the truth. I'm sure it was, but I just get random. I just get a lot of noise on my scope regardless. Perfectly fine. I need to learn how to use it. Yes, I'm sure I need to learn how to use it. Marcus, I said that before. I said that when I'm back from China, I might take my scope somewhere and sit down with someone and they can show me how to use it, because I seem to have a lot of problems triggering on stuff that should be pretty simple to trigger off. But as I mentioned the other day, I could not get SPI decoding at all, which should be, like, it's built into the scope. And I was having trouble getting I2C decoding, and what I was getting back was extremely noisy, which didn't make any sense to me on a clean digital signal. But that aside, just going back to this second, so this has stacks of inherent problems, right? And the fact is, the length of the cables and everything else, and the double connecting of the oh, it's all upside down now. Hang on, let me just put this back to what it was.
Oops. Nope. Hang on. Horizontal and vertical. Yay. Okay. Just the regular clock line with the curvy lines. Right. So you saw what that first clock, and then see how the clock changed when I added data to it. And so that might be correct according to everyone here, and that could be reflection or whatever, but I don't. But if it is, it's to do with this mess right here. And so I guess the point is, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to debunk this mess. I'm not sure slowing down the bus or making tweaks to software or all sorts of stuff is worth it on trying to fix this particular mess. Because this is not what I'm implementing. Like, this is, like, this here was to work out, are the pins correct? Can it detect the RAM, right? And the fact that I've got it hit and miss where sometimes it's passing a test and sometimes it's failing the test leads me to believe that it's completely in this mess, absolute mess of wiring, right? I mean, this is dodgy as, especially for a 40 megahertz RAM chip, right? With the time is going to be your... Right, well, my logic probe will be for decoding. What I need to be doing is testing this on a board, right? I mean, I can't test it on this, unfortunately, because I don't have the right pins exposed. But what I need to do is put one of these chips on a Rev 5 board and try it on that and debug it on that. Because debugging it on this and trying to tweak software to fix a wiring mess here isn't going to help me, you know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't... Yeah, like, does that make sense? So, I'm not sure if I'm being clear or not. Like, trying to... Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to solve this to get this tangled mess working reliably. To compare some captured scope samples with how it looks with soldered connections instead. No soldered connections, no connectors. No, you don't have to... It's... But, again, okay, so I've already ordered my Rev 5 boards, right? Now that I know that I've got the correct pin out, is this tech very new? Are there forums to run this by? No, there's only one other person I know that's got PSRAM working on the Pico. And he's used this RAM. Right? And that's Rudy. He got it working the other night, which is why I tried again yesterday and I got this working yesterday. But it was working yesterday and now it's not working today. And that's... Well, I don't know what to tell you folks about that, but trying to solve that in software is not the right approach for this, I feel. Like Add connected media place. I don't know what that means, Rob. But Peter, slowing the bus on this, how does slowing the bus on this help me? It doesn't matter what the issue is on this, does it? We know it's not a protocol issue because it was working yesterday and Rudy's got it working as well. Oh, God. So, look up. Where am I looking up? Sorry. If it starts working consistently, you know you're at close to, or a chip spec issue. And the one, is that what you're talking about, that one? Yeah, okay, and again, I understand. Well, firstly, I don't even know where I can slow the bus down. Okay? It's not my code. It's I'll have to dig through the whole IDF and work it all out. And I also need to, and so the flash and the PSRAM are sharing pins, so I can't just slow the bus down
for the PSRAM without affecting the Pico and its flash memory. Time for some deep breaths. But I'm not getting 512 errors, Peter. I'm getting random, all sorts of bunch of errors. I'm getting a completely random value of errors. And I've had it as low as 6 errors. So, I don't think it's a page-related fault. Ringing on fast and falling signals. Right. Well, I wouldn't even know where to look to slow it down. And I'm pretty sure I can't slow it down because the pins are shared. Some of the pins are shared. But that aside, yeah. So what I've done, look, let me just, I'm gonna keep moving forward because Rudy hasn't done anything different to this. He's got no decoupling. The only thing Rudy did is he got it much closer to the board, right? He literally hacked his board to do it. And I didn't want to hack this board to do it. Yeah, so my Rev 5 will allow me to put the chip directly on the board. So the reason it's taken so long even to get to where I am now is because no one knew what the pins were. It took us ages to work out what the pin was. But both Rudy and I are confident now that we've got the pins working right, because in the past, like over the last few weeks, I'd plug it in and it wouldn't recognize the RAM. And I'd swap some pins around, it would recognize the RAM, and then I'd swap some pins around and it wouldn't recognize the RAM. We've got it 100% reliably recognizing the RAM every single time now, which means we know what the correct pins are. And now that we know what the correct pins are, I could get my Rev 5 built. And the Rev 5 has been sent off, it's being built right now. The problem with the Rev 5 is I don't get it back until I'm back from China, which is why I've been trying to get this working. Because it's the whole, I've got a Rev 5 coming and it may work and it may not work, and if I can get this working, at least I know, at least I'm confident that the Rev 5 is going to work. So let me just switch to my desktop again. And it's not going to let me. It's not letting me. Oh, there we go. Now I can. So this is my PSRAM, and I've redone all the pins. And the biggest problem I've got is. What was that? Maybe you have to wait until another RAM chip. Well, that's why I've ordered the other RAM. Nice curly traces. What did I miss? Oh, okay. Oh, on the yeah, you're talking here on the antenna. Yep. Eagle, why are you being a pain today? Thank you. Yeah, I've redone. I've made quite a few changes in Rev 5, and I'll go through Rev 5 when I get to build it after China. But I needed to get the pins right, which I've got right. So I'm confident on the pins now. So the problem I've got is if it's a matching signal length thing with this, although the cables are fairly matched, whatever, in length, then I'm going to have a problem with Rev 5 anyway, because I don't have even close to matching signal lengths. And I can't. I've tried. I spent quite a few days trying. And the problem I've got is, if I go to my signals, this is in mil. Let me just change to millimeters just to make it easy for everyone. So if I look at like IO 17, which is this one here, which is my D data 0, it's 9 millimeters in length, right? But if I go to my IO 11, oops, which is another one, it's only 3mm in length. Hey, Looney. I've got very different signal lengths on my Rev 5. And that concerns me, but I have no choice. I've got no room to bump any of the tracers to try to match lengths. I'd need to do a complete board redesign to be able to match lengths. But my longest trace is 9mm. And if you compare that to my shortest trace here, we're talking about, and then it's got to go from here all the way back to the Pico. We're talking about less than the 10th, you know, almost a 20th of the length. Just make sure your clock is the longest line and the CS is similar. I can't, Peter. So my clock is not the longest line, and my CS and my clock are not the same. And I don't have a choice. So my only choice is to completely redesign the board. So I'm going to try my Rev 5, and I'm going to see if the PSRAM works, now that I know what the pins are. The PSRAM's not working, and it is working. I've had it working, and I had it passing tests, and it passed a test today once, and it's failing all the time now again, and it's all over the place. Is that Rudy? Is ESP32DE Rudy? No way. Rudy, is that you? Have you been lurking? Oh, everybody, that's Rudy. ESP32DE is Rudy. Oh, that's nasty, Rudy. Come on, you could have helped. You could have said who you were. So Rudy's got it working. So what are your thoughts, Rudy? Wow, nice one. You and I are going to chat offline. Right, back to Peter's question. Sorry, Peter. So, yeah, I don't have a choice. I don't have the room. I mean, look where the chip is. I'm out of space. I've got no... I can't bump them. I can't match lengths. I'm glad you did, Looney. So, when I get my Rev 5 back, if I put the PSRAM on and it works, great. And I know he's been commenting all the time. The clock looks messy. We tried looking at the scope. You'll have to go back and look later. There's overshoot on the clock. This looks like there's reflection between lines, but it's understandable because look at the mess. Anyway, so with 1 centimeter traces, you don't think it's going to be a problem, Peter? That's what I'm hoping. Looks like a 3D antenna to me, yeah. So yeah, I'm hoping that even though I've got varying lengths and my clock is... and I've got data lines longer than my clock line, the fact that they're all so short, I'm hoping will be fine. Can you move the RAM placement on the back to give it... No. There is no place to stick the RAM on the back that's any better. I've tried. I only sent this off to JLC PCB yesterday because I've spent days trying to reposition the RAM. I mean, I can't... the best I can do is get it 45 degrees under the Pico, but then I've got no air cooling under the Pico, and even then I've still got mismatched lengths. Rule out the MicroPython. I get the same error with the IDF, exactly the same. Mark, I had it working on the IDF and MicroPython yesterday. The difference matters in length at the clock speed. I don't know what you mean, Looney. Using the cable lengths you have should not be a major issue. Kilo trace on the board is the RF, 100% in the clear for digital line lengths. I hope it works on the Rev 5. I don't know. But this is annoying. I mean, this worked not twice yesterday. This worked like 100 times yesterday. And I don't understand why it's not working today. Well, actually, one difference of when I wired it today was I think I had wires crossing over each other, maybe, more than I had yesterday. And maybe that is a problem. I don't know. Or maybe something's come loose. Oh, one of my lights just turned off because I've been going for so long. So, if you didn't have brush and 2 DuPont cables, PCB will 100 times better. Yeah, I mean, there's so much that is wrong with this setup. The fact that I got it working yesterday was beyond exciting. The fact that it's not working reliably today is beyond disappointing. I can't begin to tell you. All that things are measurable before making. Yeah, well, if Rev 5 doesn't work, if for whatever reason PSRAM isn't reliable on Rev 5, then I'm going to have to rethink the whole layout of the TinyPICO. You could sell them on Tinder as spider badges. Well, they don't stand though. Oh, they do stand. There you go. At this point, I just have to hope that all the issues I'm seeing are a mess of this. Half the speed of light, I think. Oh. I'm sorry this is frustrating for everyone. This is one of those things. I mean, this is not a great way of testing RAM. At all. Rudy, did you have your header pins in when you were doing yours? Do you have wire wrapping tool? Wire wrapping tool. I don't know what a wire wrapping tool is. I've got wire wrap. I don't know what you mean by a tool. Like, I don't know how I get in there and be able to stick one of these inside. Yeah, I don't know. Now that you've got the pin out, sus Rev 5 will work. I hope Rev 5 will work. The pin out was the biggest problem, getting the pin out reliable, but oh boy, it's just so annoying. It's just so frustrating. I'm going to plug this in again, because why not? See if I can do it without tangling the cable as much. I wish the ground pins were closer to the end. Rudy, I can't believe you've been lurking. Unsuspected lurking. Power. D2. Oh. Too much messages. YouTube said I must wait. I don't even know if it's going to accept my USB cable now, because I think it thinks that my USB port has died. We'll see. See, Daniel, might be here, might not be here, I don't know. Might still be going, might not still be going. Okay, and it worked that time. Did everyone see that? Hang on. See, that time it worked. I just replugged it back in again. Oh, see, how frustrating is that? And look at that. Did everyone see that? Can everyone read that? I don't know if you can read it. Oh! Okay, and all I did was reconnected it and maybe didn't cross two wires that might have been crossed before. I've got a screenshot of it already. I think I need a coffee. I need more than a coffee. So this is what I've been fighting with for the last few weeks, right? It's like every time I feel like I get something working and then I touch it and then it doesn't work anymore. Which is why I thought I could get this working this morning, this other one. Yes, this is a good thing. It's recognizing the RAM. Passes the RAM test, and here's the RAM. And this is what I was getting yesterday. And just to prove it's not a fluke, let me reset it. Yep, there we go. Pass the RAM test again. Try it again. Pass the RAM test again. Again. Pass the RAM test again. I'm doing it again. Look. Every time I hit reset. Finally done. Just don't touch the wires. It's like, oh! This should have happened first time this morning. This other rig, there was nothing wrong with this other rig, this first rig I built this morning. It should have worked. I could have just been crossing two wires. Like that noise we were getting on the scope. Yeah, oh. Can you try the first board without crossing wires? You want me to try the first board again? I mean, I'm still crossing wires, Howard, to be clear. There's no way of wiring this up without wires being crossed, right? It just so happened that this time, the way I did it, seemed to work. Please send Rev 6. No, I've already sent Rev 5. Rev 5 has the pinout correct. Oh my gosh. I just want to smack my head against the table. What did Rob just say that's funny? Don't cross the streams. Yeah. Do you want me to try getting this one working? Does anyone even care at this point? I don't even know if anyone cares at this point. It doesn't even matter if this one works or not, I don't think. Just wiggle those connectors and try again. I don't want to touch these connectors. Okay. So let me just try one more time to make sure it works. All right. Hello. Why is that not? Oh, there it goes. Okay, that worked. Now, what happens if I'm just going to push on the board. Yeah, it still worked. Okay. Well, I've gone... Wow, I've gone really dark in here. Use a picture of the working one, copy the wiring of the new board. Oh, in terms of trying to... Yeah, I can try doing that. Hang on. So do you want to see if my first set of wiring works? I can try. I don't know how successful this will be. Do I have a working soldered one? What do you mean by soldered one, Looney? All of the ones I'm making are with DuPont cables like this. Okay, let me just unplug this one. Okay, I'll pull this off. That's my good one. Enameled copper wire. No, did you already ask me about enamel? I don't have enameled wire, copper wire. I've only got the I've got wire wrap, or I've got just solid core. But the solid core's it's too strong, too hard to bend and move. Okay, let's start this off. Let's go. We've got grey is IO9. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it the same. I'm just letting you know. I don't think it's going to happen that way. Let's just plug it all in and see if I can get it going. It's IO9 D0 wow. You'd think I know off by heart where all these pins are by now, but I don't. Ugh, pulled it off. Get the ground in. D0, it's 3 volt. Source of enameled wire is transformer from the dead PC power supply. I don't have a dead PC power supply, but I've got a spare one in my garage. I might be able to source something. Never even heard of enameled wire before. I'll have to look up what it is. Wow, okay, so it's D2. Right one is 10. We know this is not going to work, right? But that's okay. It's D1. I reckon that's the problem. Let me just swap those over. D1. This is so short that I keep pulling one out when I put one in. Need to get this through. Sorry, I've missed the chat just for a sec. Can't get in. Yeah, these seem to be crossed a bit. I mean, obviously I'm using different colours, which makes it a bit hard. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I can get the crossing not the same. I'm going to break that antenna off at this rate. Okay. Desktop. Wow, can't type. Terminal. Screen. Boot. No. Oh, interesting. SPRAM enabled, but installation failed. This one didn't even find it, so I must have wired it wrong. Okay, let's try that again. I must have got something wrong way around, because it didn't even find the RAM that time. Oh, right. Because that's not 9, that's 5. That'll make a big difference. Wow. Okay, try that again. No. Bad. 148. Okay, let me see if I can untwist any of these while I'm at it. Some of these look gnarly. I might be able to. I need to get between those. Sorry, I realised I didn't switch camera. I got a funny feeling there's something wrong with this yellow DuPont cable. I think. Because it keeps sliding off, so it might be something wrong with it. No, that's still bad. It could be a bad chip, but I don't think so. But you never know. Can't see any shorts. Yeah, that's even worse. Squeeze the loose ones. Could just be a bad build. It could just be because I kept swapping them out. See on why the colour of the pins on the paper. You must not think on ever. Yeah. Well, the problem is I keep putting different coloured wires on the boards between all my different boards, Rudy, which makes it really hard. I should write the colours down. I mean, break the plastic off with the pliers and squeeze the metal a bit. Oh, right, I see what you're saying. Yeah, what I'm doing though is I'm squeezing them together, like I'm kind of squeezing the pins right now, so it should be making okay contact, I would think. Oh, it worked. Wait. Everyone see that? It worked. When I squeezed all the pins together. I'll try that again. I'm squeezing all the pins, and it worked. And if I don't squeeze the pins, error. Squeeze all the pins. It works. Holy shitballs. Oh! Called it. Yeah, you all called it. You all called it. Although I was right about the decoupling, right? Because the other one's not decoupled. Bad connectors, bad connectors. Bad wires, bad connectors. Holy moly. Thanks, Tim. I knew I could get this working. So this whole time I'm just fighting shit wiring and shit connectors. Unbelievable. Ah, DuPont. How I hate thee. How I hate thee. They're pretty crappy. Thanks, Rudy. Point-to-point soldering, no connectors. Yeah, I'm not going to do that now. I don't need to. What I need to do is just prove that that worked. That I can pass a RAM test. It recognizes the RAM. So I can be confident that it's going to work on the Rev 5. Which is too late because it's gone already. I sent it, as I said, sent it last night. Oh, shit connectors are the bane of an engineer in tech. Yeah. Yeah, wow. I feel so bad that you all had to persevere through that. I really do. Yeah. Someone must have told me so. The moral of the story is, I don't know, don't hack wires like this. I don't know what the moral of the story is. I don't know. When I started this PSRAM issue, I had no idea what I was doing. And I still have no idea what I'm doing. David Grands is back. What did I miss? I got both working now. This works. This is the one I built first, like not the one I did yesterday. If I hold all the DuPont cables and squeeze them together like this, it works. David? And if I don't squeeze them together, it gets read-write errors. But if I squeeze them, it works. So it's just a connection thing. It's just a... Yeah, holy shit balls indeed. It's one of my favourite sayings, holy shit balls. It's like I came just at the perfect moment. Yes, it's Looney. Looney arrived and it all started working. Moral is DuPont. Don't pont. That's funny. Wondering if you act like a ground plane. Maybe. It's possible, I guess. Like yeah, I might be touching some cables here. But no, if I just push some of them, it doesn't work. I have to push all of them. So if I just go back to here, hang on. If I just squeeze these two, as in the 4 data. Oops. Hello. Oh, there it goes. Right. So that's the fail. If I squeeze just these 4, it fails. What if I just squeeze these 2? Right, if I just squeeze the clock and the chip select, it works. So maybe it's just one of those is faulty. One of these cables maybe is just loose or problematic. Because I wasn't squeezing the cable yesterday at all. Yeah, now squeezing it's not doing anything. But squeezing them all? No, now I squeeze them all, it's not working. Oh, yellow might be unplugged, hang on. I could be doing a ground loop. Yeah, now it's working. I wonder if I'm being a ground loop. Try the right squeeze. Yes, they've got to get the right squeeze right. It's the edge of the clock timing, probably. Maybe. Max Inter, it might have worked okay on low speed. But as I said, I don't think I can change this SPI clock speed. Rudy, do you know if I can change the clock speed? And will that affect the flash? Rudy will know. Show some fancy MicroPython code. I don't know about any fancy MicroPython. I don't even know how to use MicroPython. I've written one little bit of code on MicroPython once to turn on some NeoPixels. Could blue tack them into a squeeze, eliminate your fingers. Yeah, I don't think blue tack will be strong enough. I'm squeezing them quite tight. I'm surprised I haven't bent the pins already. How good is apply sequence? It's like a generic ESP experience, the right squeeze. It's just the right amount of reset on the ESP8266, right, Looney? It's got to be just the right amount. Code, please. There's really no code to see. I'm gonna show you. I'll show you code gladly, but there's really not a lot to see. Is a parameter block which is unique from the flash parameters. For the PSRAM, which is unique. Where are you looking, Peter? I'm gonna open see on MicroPython build. MicroPython tools, ESP, IDF, components, ESP32. Where's my PS? Oh, here it is. Oh, I don't know about the tech ref. See you, David. Good night. Thanks for joining. Show again. That's fine. So this is where all the setup happens for the RAM. So this is in C land. This is in IDF, right? Because MicroPython just sits over the top. So these are the pins we're using here for PSRAM. Yeah. Make it bigger for everyone. So there's a define for the Pico. Doesn't even need the one. So if it's using Pico, then it's using CS's 9, clockers 10, 17, 8, 7, and 11 for the pins. If you're on ESP32, it's using 16, 17 for I/O and clock. And they were the pins I was trying for the ESP32. Well, that was great fun. midnight. Yeah, super late. For those that are disappearing, thanks everyone. Yeah, it's been over 3 hours. That's been mega. Thanks for joining. I'll be doing a video on Friday that'll be talking about my trip and what's going on for everything line 95, 96. Right, that's for the flash, clock, and I/O. So it's all being shared, which is the problem, which makes it very hard to play around too much. Like I can't just put any pins anywhere. So that's the internal flash. 40 megahertz. And by default, let me quickly scroll down. By default, it doesn't even work with the Pico. There's some code here, excuse me, that's normally enabled that exits early if it finds the Pico, because it's not supported still. So the Pico's commented out, like in this default IDF. They haven't enabled it yet, but they might now. Now that two of us have got it working, Rudy, they might enable it. I think Rudy's already done a pull request for the changes to get this going. PSRAM pins goes over GPIO pad, so the limit is 40 megahertz. Yeah, the flash can go up to 80. Affecting it by pushing on the clock wire. It seems most likely it's an edge timing issue. Clock versus data lines. Inline resistor on the clock line might change. Yeah, but then when I pushed on the clock again afterwards and it didn't fix it. And then I had to push on all 6 of them again. So it seems to be intermittent. Where's the best place to apply this RAM? LCSC. is where you want. And this is the RAM. That's it there. So it's 3.3 volts you need. The Rover uses 1.8 volt, but the ESP, the Room 32 and the Pico uses 3.3. So make sure you get 3.3 volt. And the other interesting thing is you can't connect it to the VDD SDIO pin line that you normally would on an ESP32, which has the right voltage coming out. On the Pico, it's actually not connected. So you need to just connect it to the 3.3 line normally. So just keep that in mind. Don't try to wire up the Pico's VDD IO line because it's not connected. It doesn't have any power coming out of it. Okay, back to desktop. So yeah, Rudy's already done a pull request with all of these settings to hopefully Espressif will include it going forward. Thanks, Rudy. Yeah, they're the two different chips. So yeah, make sure you get the 3.3 volt one. Unless you're doing it on a Rover. But the Rover's already got PSRAM. So you don't need to. So PSRAM's been hacked in, when I say hacked into, it's been hacked into the standard RAM configuration. So oh, is this my modified version? Oh, this is my modified version. That's interesting. Rudy, so just let you know, I took Boris's latest repo and then I hand added all of the latest master IDF stuff to it. So this has got support for the 64 megabit and 32, which Boris's stuff doesn't have. So in the latest IDF, in the master branch, which is the non-stable, Espressif have added support for 32 megabit and 64 megabit RAM, where the older version that Boris was using only goes up to, I think, up to 8 megabit. So, but I actually went and hand modified this, which is, well, not just this, there's about 4 scripts I needed to do, which was a real pain. So I've got support for the larger RAM, but in menu config, if I just close out of this, oh, what did I do? What? Hello? Where am I? Oh. That was silly. Sorry, I thought I was already in here. Right, if I go into menu config, which is the configuration tool for the IDF. Yeah, thank you, working directory. And if you go into, so this is still Lobo's one. If I go into ESP32 specific, RAM config, he's still only got, so like if you go, there's only an option for 40 megahertz. He's still only got these other 2 RAM types. What I should do is work out what the flash ID is for the line tech and stick that in there as well. And then this is where you choose how it's configured. So in this case, it's being allocatable by the heat cap malloc. You can apparently integrate it into the standard ESP memory map, but apparently that's a bad idea. So I'm just, doing it this way. See, David, have fun with your manual pick and placing. And apparently there's a RAM cache issue on the Rev 1 Silicon for the ESP32S, but I don't know if that really applies to the Pico. I'm not sure. So the newer IDF has a lot more stuff in here for RAM control, but it's not in this version that Boris is using, which is a bit of a pain. So, folks, we have working RAM. Finally. And it only took 3 hours and a bit. But now I can go to China semi-confident. Confident that the pinout's correct, but not whether my signal length should be fine. I hope, I don't know. I hope it's short enough that it won't be a problem. Well, there you go. Everyone have fun? Was that like riveting? I think that was probably one of the most frustrating streams for everyone else, not for me. Because I was just doing it my way, as you saw. And everyone's screaming at me, no, try this, try that. So, yeah. I apologise if I frustrated anyone at all. Just one of those things. I knew I could get it working just the way I was doing it. I was confident I could get it working the way I was doing it. And now I've got, oh no. I knocked this over. Oh. I just knocked this over and all of the bits of solder inside is all over my bench everywhere. Here's some of it. See that pile there? It's everywhere. Oh well, I have to be very careful now. Get my vacuum cleaner out. I'll just leave that alone. See you, Mike. Anyway, I think we'll call it 3.5 hours. That's enough. That's enough frustration for everyone. Yay. I've still got enough RAM left for when my Rev 5 comes, I can try one out. Yes, it's gold dust, except it's worth nothing. I did have many fun, nice live stream. I learned apart the Siglent session. Did you? I don't think you learned anything from my Siglent session. But thanks, Rudy. Looney, thank you. Thanks for my coffee. Thank you. Oh, Looney. I'll talk to you about that. And Rudy, I'll speak to you on the forums. Thanks everyone for joining. It's been a blast. I will, one more video on Friday and then probably no videos while I'm gone. We'll see, I don't know. I'll have the link from Paul. It's a link to DuPont cables. What did you send that for? Oh, very funny, Alan. Why did Paul just send this message? What's this? What's that a link for? Is that just to, I can take it with me? So to remind myself of my frustration with DuPont cables. Use these type, not those other crap ones. How are they different? They look the same. They look identical. My favourite ones are these ones. These round ones. They're my favourite ones. Oh, I've got the wrong screen on. These are my favourite ones. These round end ones. Not the square ones. I'm going to be in China for 10 days. I'll be back on the 18th-ish. Okay, interesting. I think that's an oxymoron, Paul. The better quality connectors on a DuPont cable. I'm not sure that exists anywhere in the world. My new wallpaper. 10 days. Are you in Shenzhen? I'll speak to you on the forums, Rudy, about it. But if you're in Shenzhen, I'd love to. Oh, perhaps. Okay. Cool. That'd be awesome. Yeah. We're going to have a laugh about this whole process. Anyway, folks, thank you all. I'm going to go get another coffee, and then, yeah. What is it? Rack Wireless. Never heard of them. Oh, well. I keep saying bye. I'll say it again. Last time. Thanks, everyone. Bye. I will catch you all later. Appreciate everyone's help on the stream today. Yay. Working PSRAM. And, yeah. Bye. Don't forget to like. Please. Or not. Whatever. Either way. Where's my... Oh, I can't even find my page to close the stream. I've lost it. Oh well, I'll be here for another second while I find YouTube. Wow. Live streaming. This page is not working. I can't even go to the page that stops my stream. You've got to be kidding me. I can't stop the stream because YouTube's down. Live dashboard's down. You've got to be kidding me. It seems I'm staying online anyway. What is going on? Okay, can I get to events? Okay, I can get to events. Okay. Live control window. Okay, I can stop the stream. Found another way. Bye, everyone. Oh, what a disaster. Bye.